Your new film, Muallaf, which is about the relationship between a Chinese boy and a Malay girl. The Chinese boy is a disillusioned Roman Catholic, would you say?
No, he comes from Roman Catholic background, and
Right.
he had parents who were nasty to him at some point.
Right, so he became a little disillusioned by his religion, and he falls in love, or he's attracted to this Muslim girl who happens to quote feverishly from the Bible.
I think that they were using it as a crutch.
As a
It
crutch.
wasn't the Bible, it was the Quran.
It was the Quran.
Yes, those numbers are from the Quran.
Okay. Again, it's a similar topic to what you've covered before.
I don't know. I think Muallaf is not about race or religion. I think it's about forgiving your parents.
Okay. Yes, but there are many ways of examining the issue of forgiving your parents.
Correct.
But you specifically put it through the prism of race and religion. It could have simply been a story about forgiving your parents. It could have involved two Malay kids or even
Yes, it could.
a grown-up.
But I didn't put it through that prism. It is a prism that existed. I nearly married an ex-Catholic who converted to Muslim a long time ago, and we got to know each other. And then I found out at some point that he had this thing in his childhood, which, and I kept thinking, oh my God, how do you survive something like that?
What was his thing?
This thing that happened to little Brian.
Okay.
What his father made him go through happened to this man that I nearly married. So the reason why he's Chinese and he's Catholic is because I knew this guy who was Chinese and Catholic, and the reason why the girls are Muslim is because I'm a Muslim. I didn't put it into that prism. It was ready-made. You know, when we were shooting that scene where little Brian got stripped naked and chucked into the streets for everyone to see, the crew boys, who were mostly Malays, suddenly pull up their sunglasses, and you could see tears behind the glasses. And I said to them, "Why are you so upset by this scene?" And they said, "Saya kena kak," which means I had it done to me. And they're Muslims, so that's why I maintain that, you know, despite the title and the costume, that Muallaf is about forgiving your parents, because I think parents you learn that they're human beings and that they're every bit as capable of making mistakes or losing their temper as much as you are. So I think, you know, have you ever been punished a lot more than you thought you deserved by your parents at some point in your life? I think everyone has gone through that. So I think Muallaf is about that. And the religion of it is almost a red herring. Yes.
A red herring?
Yes, I think
okay.
so. Yes.
If it's a red herring, it's a very big red herring.
Yes. Yes.
Whether it's a critic or to an ordinary audience, it seems as if race and religion...
It's what Muallaf is about.
Or quite a few of your other films too.
Yes, but I think that would be, as I was talking about it with a friend earlier on, the finger is pointing at the moon, but then to say that it's about race and religion would be to look at the finger. Do you know what I mean? Yes, and that happens a lot, but so the finger is pointing at the moon. I love this American painter called Andrew Wyeth. He used to paint the countryside, the American countryside, and he would paint being alone without being lonely. If you look him up, Andrew Wyeth, and he said, you know, he loved it when people called him up and said, you know, approach him and say, you know, I really love your work, and then they end up not discussing the painting, they end up discussing the feeling they had and the life they're living and how their father died. This is what I want to do. I want to make a film that made people go, you know what, I saw Mohsin and my friend fell in love with me once and I didn't know how to handle it. And maybe somebody might watch Muallaf and they will see the moon instead of the finger, and they will say, you know what, you know, my neighbor was punishing his anak so badly, and this boy couldn't forgive his father, and I wish he could come and see Muallaf. Perhaps he might soften the blow. Yes.
How do you find your inspiration for your stories and your characters?
People, of course. Only ever people.